If you are currently using a salicylic acid cleanser every single morning and every single night because you think it's the only way to nuke your acne, I need you to listen to me right now. You are not fighting your acne, you are actively destroying your skin's defense system. You think you are being proactive, right? You think you are clearing those pores and getting that clean feeling. But here is the brutal reality. What you are actually doing is setting your skin up for a long term disaster that no amount of fancy or expensive serum will be able to fix later. I am going to show you exactly why your holy grail product is turning into your skin's worst nightmare, and more importantly, how to fix it before you end up with a destroyed skin barrier that takes months to heal. Let's talk about that clean feeling. You know, the one where your skin feels tight, squeaky, and completely stripped after you wash it. We have been conditioned to think that squeaky clean means healthy. But spoiler alert, that feeling is your skin literally screaming for help. Your skin is not a floor in your kitchen that needs to be scrubbed with harsh chemicals. It is a living, breathing organ. When you use salicylic acid, a potent BHA, twice a day, every day, you aren't just taking off the oil, you are removing the structural lipid that holds your skin cells together. Think of your skin barrier as a literal brick wall. The skin cells are your bricks, and the lipids, the natural oils, are the mortar that keeps everything locked in place. When you use these harsh, active ingredient cleansers morning and night, you are effectively taking a hammer to that mortar, you are knocking the bricks out, and once that wall is compromised, you aren't just letting acne causing bacteria walk right in, you're also letting all your natural moisture evaporate. This is called transepidermal water loss. When your skin loses water, it panics. It thinks, oh no, I am dry. I need to produce more oil to protect myself. So your sebaceous glands go into overdrive, pumping out even more oil, which leads to, you guessed it, more acne. It's the ultimate trap. You are trying to stop the breakout, but your routine is literally forcing your skin to create one. It's crazy, right? We act like salicylic acid is some high tech invention from a lab. But it's actually ancient. It started with willow bark. Thousands of years ago, people were chewing on it to deal with fever and inflammation. It was a natural remedy for pain. It wasn't until much later that science isolated the compound and realized its power. It's a BHA that stands for beta hydroxy acid, which is just a fancy way of saying it's oil soluble. Because it's oil soluble, it can dive deep into the pore, slide right through the oil, and dissolve the junk that's causing the blockage. In the 1860s, a dermatologist named Paul Gerson Una started documenting how this stuff could literally peel away layers of skin. It was revolutionary for treating psoriasis and thick clogged skin. But here is where the story gets twisted. It was approved as a treatment, a targeted clinical strength solution for specific stubborn skin issues. It was never designed to be a daily face wash that you need to maintain your skin. We took a powerful medical tool and normalized it as a basic hygiene step. We are using a bulldozer to do the work of a broom, and then we are surprised when our skin starts to fall apart. Let's talk about the cocktail culture. You know what I'm talking about. You have seen it on the apps. You use the salicylic acid cleanser, then you follow up with a benzoyl peroxide spot treatment because it kills the bacteria. Then maybe a toner with glycolic acid because you need the glow. And then because you are terrified of aging, you layer on some retinol. If you are doing this, you are effectively performing a chemical experiment on your own skin. When you combine these heavy hitting actives, you aren't multitasking for your skin. You are causing micro tears and chemical burns. You are essentially telling your skin to do four different things at once: shed, kill, exfoliate, and renew. Your skin doesn't have the energy for all that. It just wants to survive. This is exactly why you see people with glass skin and you feel so frustrated. You are doing all the right things with the products, but your skin looks worse than ever. Here is the secret. Those people with the glass skin aren't using 10 actives a day. They have a healthy, intact skin barrier. That glow isn't from a product. It's from light reflecting off of perfectly smooth, well hydrated, undisturbed skin. When your barrier is damaged, which it is, if you are overusing acids, your skin texture becomes uneven. It looks dull, it feels rough, and it catches the light in all the wrong ways. The truth is, acne is often just a symptom of a barrier that is too stressed to function. When you strip your skin, you are stripping away its ability to regulate itself. You are killing off the good bacteria that keeps the bad bacteria in check. You are making your skin thinner, which makes the inflammation from acne look redder and deeper and last longer. Okay, you are ready to stop the madness. You have realized that you have been treating your skin like a construction zone, and now it's time to rebuild. But you are probably thinking, if I stop using all these actives, won't I just break out even more? The answer is maybe for a few days, but then your skin will actually start to heal. For the first 7 days, I want you to go into full recovery mode. Put the salicylic acid, the benzoyl peroxide, the retinol, and the glycolic acid, all the active ingredients that you are using, in a box. Put that box in a drawer. Do not touch it. Your mission this week is to lower the inflammation. In the morning, use only water to rinse your face, or a very gentle, non-foaming, pH balanced cleanser. If your skin feels tight, you are using the wrong cleanser. Follow it with a simple fragrance-free moisturizer that contains ceramides. These are the building blocks that repaired your brick wall. Finally, a non-comedogenic sunscreen. Do not skip this. Sun damage is just another form of barrier destruction. In the night, you have to double cleanse. First step would be oil balm, and the second step would be your gentle cleanser. And then apply the same moisturizer on your face that you applied in the morning. That's it for 7 days. Your skin might feel a bit oily at first because your oil glands are still overproducing from the trauma you put them through. After 7 days, now that your skin isn't screaming for help, we reintroduce the heavy hitters, but with rules. You are only going to use salicylic acid treatment 3 times a week, and only at night. Think of it like this: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are your treatment nights. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday are your repair nights. On treatment nights, wash your face with your salicylic acid face wash. Then pat your skin dry, because damp skin makes active penetrates too deeply, which causes irritation. After patting your skin dry, then you apply your moisturizer. Do not layer anything else. On repair nights, this is where the magic happens. Focus on hydration. Use a serum with hyaluronic acid to soothe and calm your skin. Give your skin the nutrients it needs to actually build back that barrier. After the second week, you will notice that your normal skin doesn't feel like a desert anymore. Your breakouts should be smaller, less inflamed, and healing faster. Why? Because your barrier is finally doing its job. A healthy hydrated barrier is naturally antimicrobial. It itself creates an environment where acne-causing bacteria struggles to survive. During this final week, you can start to see if you need to add anything else back in, but be surgical about it. If you want to add retinol, that comes a separate night. You should rotate: one night salicylic acid, one night retinol, and the rest as repair nights. Never, and I mean never, stack them. Now, how would you know if you have gone too far again? Your skin will tell you. Watch out for these 3 signs. First is the sting test. If your moisturizer stings when you put it on, your barrier is broken. Second is the shiny but dry look. Your skin looks oily or shiny on the surface, but it feels tight and flaky underneath. This is dehydration, not glow. Third is redness without a pimple. If your face is constantly pink or flushed, this is chronic inflammation. If you see these, you are back in the danger zone. Drop everything and go back to phase 1. I know it's hard for us because we have been conditioned to think that more means better. But in our skincare, less is actually better. So tell me in the comments, what is the one active ingredient you might be overusing right now? I will definitely try my best to help you out. See you in the next video. Bye bye.